And for the 2022 Cricket SWAC Football Media Day presented by Pepsi Zero Sugar inside the Sheraton Hotel. And on stage now, the SWAC champions, the Jackson State Tigers, with their head coach, Coach Deion Sanders, a.k.a. Coach Prime, along with Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter. We thank you so much for being here with us. Gentlemen, congratulations on a great season for sure. Shedeur, you come off as the national Freshman of the Year, the Jerry Rice Award winner. You just heard Butch and Jorge in studio talk about you're the SWAC preseason offensive player of the year. How do you shoulder all of these expectations? Travis may have a little something to say about
already. The freshman already.
Speak
on it.
So wait a minute, Travis, you gonna come for that?
I'm going for it.
Okay, I love it.
You can't be a two-time champion. Nah.
Yeah, I may give him the Jerry Rice Award. He can win it this year because I won it last year. We got to keep it in the program.
We're going to keep it in the Jackson State house, though.
Okay, so keep it in-house. And, of course, Coach Prime is the Coach of the Year, National Coach of the Year within FCS. But Shedeur just shouldering the expectation, coming off a record 11 wins, best in school history, going undefeated in the SWAC. You got all personal honors as well. How have you managed all of that attention and expectation for this program?
Really just taking the time off, relaxing, and getting back to work. We got a new OC, Coach Brett. I have a great relationship with him, and I feel like he's going to take me to the next level.
Brett Bartolone, he's referring to the new offensive coordinator for Jackson State, and being able to have a target like a guy in the middle like Travis Hunter. Yeah. We saw a little glimpse of that during the spring. What's this relationship been like since he got on campus?
It's very natural. It's nothing that has to be forced. I feel like we got the same goals, and we came here for the same reason. So I feel like it's an automatic match. It's a click. So when we get on the field, you'll see, okay, you know, the slot fades and the routes that we had to throw to him is natural.
Travis, I'm going to get your take on it.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it's natural. I mean, we don't pretty much, like, do after-school work. Like, we are on the field. Once we're on the field, he already know what I like. I already know what type of routes he like to throw. So it's pretty much just natural.
The IQ is there.
The IQ is there. You appreciate that. So we got prime time, and I have a feeling this could be a tandem known as Showtime in the SWAC this season. Jay, your thoughts on what we saw from this group?
I think when you see Jackson State, you know, they've got a lot of star power. And it's not just starting with the head coach. You know, they got star power, Jackson State. And I think the great teams have to have that star power. They're explosive, they've got speed, and they've improved so much tremendously.
Yes.
That being said, I'm not even going to ask the question. I'm just going to say this. Coach Prime, speak on it.
We addressed the shortcomings that we ended with last year. We need a little more beef up front. We got to get people from on his back, like we saw several times last season. So you may not even see a starter that was starting last season on the offensive line when we kick off against FAMU. Defensively, we knew we needed some pressure in the front. We have probably James Houston was a wonderful talent. I feel like we have 4 of those now, and push up the front because that quarterback is going to step up, try to escape out the pocket. We got some push up the front, probably 8 of those. Secondary is phenomenal with Travis and a few others that I can't wait till you see them. And the linebacker core led by Aubrey Miller is phenomenal as well. So defensively, we stepped it up. We led not the FCS, we led the nation in sacks last season. We led the nation. So we stepped that up a whole nother level as well. But offensively, adding Brett Bartolome is phenomenal. And we went out and acquired the strength and conditioning coach from the University of Georgia. Mo has done a wonderful job, what he's brought to our strength and conditioning department. So you're going to see the dividends of those pay off.
And let's talk about that, because normally coming off a successful season, only, you know, the one loss there during the regular season. So normally you say, okay, let's just improve a little bit. But you kind of made some wholesale changes. Left your comfort zone.
Yeah.
What was the reasoning behind that?
Because I saw holes. I saw holes in our armor. I saw holes in our game. And I want these guys to be great. The only way these guys sitting around the outside of this room is going to make it to the next level is that they dominate. So I want to put them in the situation that they can be very dominant and giving them all the resources that we can to enable that.
All right, let's look into the details. So you're coming into, this will be your third season, but second real full official season.
You can't count that spring
You don't
as
count
no
the
season.
spring.
You can't count that no season.
So-
I barely even knew the kids.
True, that's fact. But
Can't
going,
count that.
But going from that, what's the experience? You and I, we talked a
Love
little bit
it.
off camera. What's the experience been like coming in, what you thought you would get, how it's going out, where you think it can go? What's it mean for you,
Well-
Deion Sanders, the man, and the vision that you have?
These coaches around the outside of this corridor can coach their butts off. And these players can really play. They just need the exposure and the resources to do so. It's a lot better. I didn't expect less, but these guys are really darn good. Now, the foolishness none of us want to deal with up here, that we have to deal with, and you know darn well what I'm talking about. I ain't sugarcoating that. We don't want to deal with that. But as far as all the football stuff, they have it. These kids really have it, and these coaches are phenomenal. I applaud them.
Now, I want to chime in there because recently, Coach Prime, you had some thoughts on the tradition of HBCUs, and now that you're within the SWAC, where does that tradition take us? And
Well,
helping
what you talking
to move
about?
us
When you
forward?
say tradition, what you talking about? What you talking about? I want to know what you're talking about when you say tradition, because when
Well,
a
you can think
parent
about
comes and sit
rivalries.
in my office and I'm trying to ensure that I'm going to take care of that baby, she's talking about housing and she's talking about food. His mother want to make sure he's housed properly and he's eating properly. She ain't say nothing about tradition. I love tradition. I love what we are, but when you start talking about that, you got to identify what you're talking about, because I need to know what you're talking about.
Well, you can talk about tradition, talk about the tradition of Walter Payton, Lynn
Oh
Barney.
no, you're talking about the football. There you go. Football tradition. Talk about that, because there's all kind of stuff we talk about when we mention that word. Okay? Oh, I love that. I've met a multitude of those greats, especially all the ones that's matriculated from Jackson State. Oh yes, a fine tradition of football players. But when we start talking about the way things are kept in the business practices, I don't see that. But the football players, yeah, now,
And
that's
you got
tradition.
you got a guy like your son. You know, he wants to join that list of like the Doug Williams of the world, the
Yes.
Aaron McNair of the world.
Football.
That come out.
You talking football. You got to verify football tradition. Okay, come on now, I'm waiting. Let's go. I'm feeling it.
But because there's a larger HBCU tradition,
Yes.
right? And so those who have matriculated, those alumni who
alumni.
flee and flock back to the universities, they love the pageantry that goes with it. You know, we always talk about giving.
11% of alumni give back to their HBCUs. 11%.
Start a new tradition on that.
11%.
We need to start a new tradition
you
on
just
that.
said tradition. You talking about the alumni that flock
need to
back
get up
to
to
the
25,
You talking about the
30.
alumni who flock back to the homecomings. We got 11% giving. We need to take care of that, because when we take care of that, these kids are better situated. They're eating better. They're housed better. They're clothed better. Their books are better. Everything is better when we start really giving. We talking, but we ain't not giving.
Shedeur, let me ask you a question. I know one of the best moments of the college football season, that tough comeback victory you had at Southern University, dad coming out of the hospital to be there, and the brother delivering with the interception there. What that mean like, and how do you top that in 2022?
I would say the only way you could top that is by holding up that trophy right there. That's the only way we could top it. But him coming out the hospital, coming that game, the way how we won the game, and you know, it's just a family trio. Well, we got 4 brothers. We got 4 people. We got Osakin too. So nah.
Everybody's
it feels real
converging
good.
on Jackson for the Sanders family. I'm going to ask Travis to come into a family like that, right? And I'm not just saying the Sanders family, but I'm just saying the Jackson State family. What has your reception been like, and how have you felt welcomed?
I mean, they pretty much make sure I'm welcome. I mean, I pretty much do everything they do as a family. I mean, I'm welcome to anywhere they're going, I'm there. So pretty much I'm right behind them no matter what, and they don't put me in the shadow or nothing. They put me up front.
Trav, you know what? Here's a question. I want you to just answer this, because I think a lot of people want to know this. Why Jackson State?
Good answer.
And the courage to make that decision. What was your thought press behind
I mean,
it?
I always want to be different. You see, I play both ways. That's pretty much different. I got a family. I got brothers and sisters. They probably not going to have the same talent that's coming out of high school like I have. So I want to go ahead and pave that way for them to go ahead and look down and be like, yeah, my brother got exposure for going to HBCU. So I want them to know that they can go to HBCU and still get to where they want to be. Do they achieve their goal, how they want to achieve it.
I applaud that decision. I'm going to ask each of you what's going to be different about Jackson State this year.
I would say finish. That trophy right there.
I would say finish. Just the whole mindset of the team, just every rep. That's what we're preaching right now is finish. When we eat in the cafeteria, we're finishing our food. So that's the main thing that we're preaching right now is just stay consistent in what we're doing and just finish and just be dominant.
Travis, what does that say to you? What does that mean?
We got to finish with that right there. If we don't finish with that, the season wasn't what we wanted to accomplish. We want to finish with that trophy right there.
We won. We got to be dominant. We got to be dominant. I mean dominant. We ain't playing no games. We trying to make sure when they go back home, it wasn't no shot at winning. We trying to be dominant. The only way they're going to get to the NFL, the next level, is they dominant. The only reason they're going to get a Fortune 500 job is they're dominant academically. The only way they're going to be looked upon as a better person if they're dominant in the community. So everything that we're touching right now, Jackson State, we're trying to dominate. That's the thing.
Does that Cricket Celebration Bowl still kind of get at you?
We don't give a damn about no Cricket Celebration Bowl. It's a wonderful event, and it was the hospitality was great. We just got caught slipping. We got caught slipping. We ain't thought about it. We ain't thought about it. We moving on, and we're gonna be dominant. I bet you that.
Okay, I want you to think about this schedule as we show it on the screen in terms of, how do you feel like it's comprised of the teams that you're excited about?
Obviously, that first game right there with my dear friend Willie Simmons could be that game could have ramifications of the championship. That's how important that first game is. Then you go into another one of my guys, Eddie George. I look good, but I'm 54, so you're going to have to make that bigger so I can see who we playing.
Yeah. Then you follow that up, you go to Grambling.
We go to Grambling. Hugh Jackson,
Grambling
Coach Jackson is unbelievable what he's done with that program thus far. That's going to be a task because he can coach his butt off, and he's going to energize those guys to play, and we playing at the crib.
Let me ask you this question there as we see the rest of the schedule. You kind of brought the eyes and ears with bringing the NFL legend coaching. Mm-hmm. Now you got the star power to coaching coming. Eddie Robinson, Alabama State NFL player. Bubba McDowell.
That's right.
Got Hugh there. What advice you give those guys taking it on?
Yeah, I already gave him advice. Already gave him a lot of advice. We talk. I'm praying for everybody. Just say that. I'm praying for all the coaches around these tables, and they know darn well what I mean.
All right, quarterback. Which game on that schedule stands out to you?
I wouldn't say a game specifically, like every game.
You don't give me that plain answer, man?
Nah, it's not plain, though. It's
y'all.
the truth because we just can't get caught slipping how we did at the end of the year. So that's why I say it's about finish, it's about dominating, it's about just like putting up numbers.
And what's the one thing you're trying to add to your repertoire? As a quarterback, we're always trying to get better, off-season workouts. What have you been trying to add to your repertoire to improve upon as a
I'll say from the ears up, just mental. I'll say just knowing exactly where I'm going with the ball, pre-snap, post-snap, getting better at my drop, just the little things, just fine-tuning the things.
One of the most polarizing coaches in all of football, and obviously he's got the star power to go along with it. Shedeur Sanders, Travis Hunter, Coach Prime, we thank you so much for being here.
This kid right here, let me end with this. This kid right here, I can't wait till you see him play on both sides of the ball. I cannot wait till you see him get down.
Oh, we got a taste.
Wait.
We got a taste, and everybody in this room will
yes.
get better introduced.
As the young people say, it's a problem. He's a problem.
James Houston, he was a problem.
He's a
problem. New problem.
That's a whole different problem. There's a whole different problem that James presented.
Coach Prime, I want to ask you about something in terms of obviously there are a number of things that you have personally done to make Jackson State better since being there, but giving up half of your salary is something that is unorthodox. The thought behind that and why?
They deserve it. They deserve it. We can't show off a locker room and then we're not going to enter unless we move. We could talk about it. A lot of folks talking about it. I'm truly about it. A lot of folks talking about bringing solvency to problems. I'm truly about it. A lot of folks talk about what they're going to do. I actually do it. A lot of folks talk about where they're going. I actually go. These guys matter to me. They mean everything to me. We wouldn't even have no darn SWAC press conference if it wasn't for these guys. So we got to take care of these guys. I don't promise nothing that I can't deliver, and I don't even promise nothing. I just give opportunities. So they deserve it. I'm sick and tired of us trying to say, well, the other Power Fives, and they do this and they do that, and we can't even do the little things that we can control doing. I do it. God is going to take care of me. I don't even worry about the money, the financial part of that. I don't even worry about that. God got that. I got them.
And these student athletes have absolutely shown us thus far today in getting to talk to now 7 teams that they matter. And these student athletes are the reason why we're able to get together on Thursdays and Fridays and Saturdays and enjoy. So we appreciate you all being here. Thank you for what you do. Great window into the university. We'll be back with more from our SWAC Media Day in Birmingham, Alabama.